Good morning, good morning. What is the fire station doing over here? Oh, 3 fire trucks, 2 fire trucks. Had to bring Betsy for an oil change. Betsy ain't running too good lately. She needs to go to the doctor. I hate it because I'm used to driving my dad's car now, and I don't have to shift or anything, so I need to get something to put my phone on. I've bought many phone holders, but they're all garbage. So yeah, it's gonna be a quick one anyway, guys. I just wanted to come on here and let it be known that I'm pretty sure I'm being shadow banned, which is really pathetic seeing I have like 27. I have 30 subscribers between both of my channels together, okay? I went the other day to search my other channel just to see if it would come up, and of course it didn't. This one does, but my K-Singer 1975, I can't find it. So that is a sign that you're being shadow banned. It could be because I don't put a lot of content over there, but I try to post some of the videos I put here. I try to put there as well. But I really haven't been posting over there. So I don't know. It could be that. I don't really know, guys. But I noticed my views went down. Obviously, that could be my fault too, because I don't post every single day like I should. I try to, guys, but my OCD kicks in, or my phone shuts off, or lately I've been doing good. I don't know why. I guess it's been working. Cleaning out my cache and restarting my phone. Plus, I pay for extra storage every month. So I guess I haven't hit that mark yet, because it's been pretty good. Anyway, so yeah, I just, they say that you should start changing up your content if this happens. I'm not really out here looking for millions of followers, those guys. I'm just, like I said, if I could reach one person, I don't care. Like, if I could open up the eyes of one person, and it's not easy. It's really not easy to wake people up, especially people that you know best. Oddly enough, I think strangers would take your advice more than people in your own family, like my mother. My mother knows, sorry, I gotta keep switching hands. My mother knows about all the people who have had injuries from this product, all right? I've told her, she's very aware, and now she wants to go take it so she can go on a cruise. I'm like, you're gonna play Russian roulette with your life so you can go on a dang cruise? Ma, are you serious? My son didn't shut the door. Oh, what an idiot. I swear, kids, I'm telling you, leave my door wide open. I doubt anybody's up this early. Oh, my gosh. Anyway. Let me just go make sure there's no strange people in my house. You guys can come for a little walk with me. Good thing I live in like a quiet neighborhood, because the amount of times this kid has done this, just leaves the door wide open. There's a kitty. My kitty. So anyway, guys, I don't know if it's time to change up my content a little bit. You know, I'm not going to stop focusing on things that I find important, but maybe I'll start doing my little testimony, because I feel like right now especially, there's a lot of people that need to hear it. There's a lot of people that feel like there's no hope for them, especially if you're struggling with drug addiction. It's really bad right now, guys. All around the border, of course, it's flooding in. I just saw an article about Arizona, how they're being flooded with fentanyl. The fentanyl now has tranquilizer in it, and the tranquilizer is eating through their skin. It reminds me of that crocodile or whatever it was. There was some stuff people were injecting, and it was like eating through their skin. So yes, this is what they're now doing. As if fentanyl isn't strong already in itself, right? It's 100 times stronger than heroin. And it's all fentanyl now. So now the people are all used to fentanyl. Now they're upping it and sticking tranquilizers inside. So you can imagine the severe damage these drugs are doing to these people's brains, their bodies, obviously, but your brain, that's, you go through the physical withdrawal at first. That's over within, I don't know, 3 to 7 days. We'll say you start to feel a little bit better, right? But then you gotta deal with this. And this is the part that we damage when we're using, and especially opiates or feel-good drugs, right? It's destroying your feel-good, your endorphins, right? So the longer you're out there, the longer it's going to take you to recover. And as addicts, people want recovery and people want things now. We want instant gratification. We don't want to wait. We want it yesterday. And that is also something that you just got to learn as you go. You can't have instant gratification. It's a lot of hard work, but it's possible. There's a light at the end of the tunnel. Listen, I didn't think there ever was. And if in the meantime you need to go on medications or whatever, do what you got to do to save your life. That's what I say. Don't listen to other people. Listen, I used to go to meetings, right? I was 5 years without touching a substance. I was on maintenance medication, though. Was I getting high off the maintenance medication? No. It works if you work it, like anything else. Yes, you can get high off maintenance medications. Have I? No. In the beginning, yes, you do feel a little euphoric, and if you go up on your dose a little bit, you will feel a little, but it lasts maybe like an hour, 2 hours, and then the rest of the day you just feel normal. But that was the reason I did not like the methadone, which is why I ended up switching over back onto Suboxone. It took me a few tries, but once I got on it and I got on it steady, I stayed on it a long time, but it saved my life. Now, what did it do to my body? I don't know. Rotted my teeth? Yes. They lie and say it doesn't. It does. Any medication is capable of rotting your teeth because it dries up the saliva in your mouth, which therefore can cause tooth rot. It has nothing to do with the actual medication itself. It's just a side effect of medications in general. But it does happen. You do crave a lot of sugar when you get clean, because when you eat sugar, it gives you that endorphin rush. So a lot of people in recovery eat a lot of sugar, so you have to make sure, it takes a long time, and I don't expect everybody to understand. When you're first thinking about getting off drugs, it's very scary. When you first do it, it's like you lost your best friend. You don't know how to function. You don't know how to go anywhere. You don't know how to talk to people. You just want to be alone. That probably isn't the best thing to do. You got to force yourself to get out. You got to force yourself to go back into the life that you just were living on drugs into it without living on drugs. And it's hard. It's not easy, guys, but it's doable. I'm proof. I'm 15 years clean. 15 years. I never ever thought maintenance medication has nothing to do with alcohol, crack, cocaine, any other drug you can pick up when you're on maintenance medication and still get high. And a lot of people do that, and that's what gives it a bad rap. Also, a lot of clinics are not run very well, especially Methadone Mile up here in Boston. It's horrible. A lot of drugs, a lot of people hanging around. And there are certain clinics, like the one that I went to, you're not allowed. If you're caught as much as passing a cigarette, they'll throw you off. There are no clocks in the building. There are no magazines in the building. There are no food allowed. There's no cell phones allowed. There's nothing. It's like a prison. But unfortunately, it's the way. I used to hate it, but now in retrospect, I'd rather have that than walk out my clinic and have 6 different drug dealers with 6 different drugs in my face asking me if I want drugs, because some people are weak and some people can't say no. Or you run into an old friend or whatever, and that's same thing with meetings. Meetings, I always thought were a slippery slope, and I always recommend, if you're in recovery and you're in Narcotics Anonymous, go to AA, because NA, from what I've seen, it's just some of the meetings are out of control. They're like meat markets, people looking to hook up, people looking to sell drugs, people looking to... It's just a whole different vibe in AA. It's a lot calmer. It's a lot more peaceful and serene. I always used to get massive anxiety when I used to go to NA. Also, for some people, it can be a trigger. Because, again, you have people going to these places trying to sell drugs, trying to get people back on the streets. So, I guess it's live and learn, right? A lot of our sober living facilities around here will not even allow their clients to go to NA. They make them go to AA. So that should just tell you something. Anyway, I don't know how we got on this subject, but the drugs are just getting so bad, guys. And why aren't we talking about the #1 killer in men right now is overdose? We're not talking about that. And the fact that the border is open to coyotes and cartel, and the drugs are just flooding in. But he stands there and says he stands with millions of addicts, Joe Biden. Oh yeah, he stands with the addicts. Looks like you're standing with them there, Joe. Yeah, you're standing with them. You're standing on top of them. That's what you're doing. We need better treatment facilities. We need more treatment facilities. We need more halfway houses, not sober houses. Sober houses are totally different from the ones that I've known people to go to. The sober houses, that's for like when you're like already a couple of years clean and you're ready to go live on your own with very little oversight, with very little, someone watching down your back. Because when you first get clean, clearly you need that. You need to learn how to live all over again. You need to learn how to live, pay your bills, budget your money, not spend your money on foolishness or on drugs or whatever. It's a whole process. You're starting your whole life all over again. You have to get rid of people, places, and things. If that includes your family, so be it. I had to do it. And it sucked. I couldn't go to a lot of family functions and things where I knew there were going to be alcohol or people, doing whatever. I couldn't do it. I had to not do it. The only thing that I thought I was going to struggle with, and I didn't, was going back into the bar room to sing in my band when I got sober. I didn't think I could do it, and I did it. It was fine. It's a job. It was like any other job. I did my job, and went home. Was it different? Yeah. Did I miss being able to throw back a few shots at the end of the night? Yeah. Because it's a lot of work. It's not easy performing. It takes a lot out of you, and at the end of the night, you're all... you get all this energy going through you. You get the sound of the speakers ringing in your ears. It's like you go home and it takes a while to be able to settle down. So yeah, I used to throw back a few shots at the end of the night and made going to bed easier for me. I pretty much used drugs and alcohol as a crutch, I don't know. I definitely didn't do it just to party. I did it to fill a void, to help me to get through. I never anticipated becoming addicted to opiates, especially of all drugs, because my best friend's brother was a heroin addict. I was 11, 12, 13, 14 when I hung out with her, and I watched him go from having everything to having nothing. The sickness, all of it, and it terrified me. I swore I would never ever touch that drug, even though I did try it. I tried heroin when I was younger once. I got sick. I didn't like it. But I knew there had to be something about it, watching him and how his addiction just like blew up. It wasn't just him, it was him and his girlfriend. So I was 28 and I had some dental work done. And I got stuck on pain pills for a couple of weeks, maybe like 3 weeks, because I ended up getting dry socket. And that was the end of it. I was addicted after that. I mean, I started taking them just on the weekends, so I didn't have to drink as much because, I would pop a couple of Percocets and have a couple of beers. I'd be good. I didn't have to sit there and suck down shot after shot after shot and have a hangover the next day. So that's kind of how I think I got started into it, and then my family life at the time was falling apart. I was living with very toxic people. The person that lived underneath me was very toxic, extremely dark person, and I feel like, I know this is going to sound crazy, but I feel like she put some kind of curse or hex or something on me, because I was anti-drug. I was into fitness. I was working out. I was teaching aerobics. I was personal training. You name it. I was eating clean. I was there. I was feeling good. I was doing amazing. And then all of a sudden, here comes this addiction out of nowhere, especially to the drug that I was terrified of, and I said I would never touch. It doesn't matter, pill, heroin, it's still opiate. It still does the same thing, and it still leads to the same place. Did I pick up heroin when I was addicted? No. Thank God. Thank God I didn't. I got help. Did I get stuck on maintenance meds for a long time? Yes. But I was getting my life together. I was able to I worked anyway. I functioned as an addict. Nobody knew I had a problem. I only had this addiction for like 3 years before I went and got clean. And nobody really knew. Maybe a couple of people knew. I hid it very well. I worked, took care of my kids. I did everything I was supposed to. I went to school. I was doing everything I was supposed to do. So nobody knew. But anyway, I don't know where I was going with that. But I just want people to know that there is hope. I know there's a lot of people out there right now that don't want to be here, that would rather die than be here. And it's because of their addiction. People look at them and shake their head, and they can't wrap their head around it. If you've never been through it, you won't be able to wrap your head around it. If you've never been addicted to anything, you'll never understand. But these people do need help. And a lot of them don't want it, sadly. A lot of them don't want it. They're addicted to all of it. The lifestyle, the hustle, the adrenaline, all of it. Just living on the streets. They're addicted to that, and it's sad. I don't know. I could never imagine living like that. I mean, I used to sit here and imagine, what if I did heroin? What if I started shooting heroin? What if I had to sell my body? Like, I put myself in these scenarios and think, like, I thank God that I never had to do that stuff. I thank God. And especially women have it, I think, the hardest, because you get taken advantage of. You can get raped. You can get murdered. I mean, men can get murdered too, but I mean, it's easier and you're more vulnerable as a woman. But anyway, guys, we have a big problem in this country. We have a big opioid crisis. It's getting worse, and they're ignoring it. And something needs to be done. Something needs to be done. They need to close these borders. They need to stop these people from coming in. They need to stop these drugs, these guns, all of it. Because, as you can see, just look at your news. This world is going to crap. But anyway, 18 minutes. Sorry, guys, I'm just rambling. But I will be probably doing my testimony soon. I don't know why I'm so reluctant on doing it. I guess I'm kind of embarrassed of my life. I'm not proud of the things that I did. I'm not proud of the way I lived my life, but I understand why now I did those things. I understand that I probably caused damage to my brain as a young girl, doing a lot of drugs, a lot of heavy drugs at a very young age. You're talking 11, 12 years old. Don't ask me why. I wasn't raised in no crazy abusive home, but almost every single one of my close friends came from a drug addicted or alcohol, raging alcoholic home. So even though I wasn't getting it in my home, I was getting it from their home, and watching things happen, and just being in that environment, being able to party at certain houses, being able to stay out till 3, 4 in the morning, no rules, right? So I got into a lot of trouble. And I'm lucky to be here. I'm lucky to be alive. But we will talk about it, I promise, guys. Maybe I'll start my next video with how I believe my addiction started, what happened, and the situation I was living in. The other thing is I don't like to talk about people that may see this and feel a certain way. I don't want to start trouble, but I do want my side of the story out. It's only fair. It is my life. It did affect my life, so I should be able to talk about it. I won't use names or anything like that, but some people might feel some kind of way. But anyway, that's all for today. Guys, stay blessed. And if you could do me a favor, just go and search K Singer 1975, just for the heck of it, if you don't mind. Give me a thumbs up if you find it, thumbs down if you don't. All right, guys, stay blessed. I will talk to you soon.